Lester, why? Oji-san, nande, why? Why are you doing this? Do not sub. I was like, okay, almost everybody's subs has expired. That's kind of fantastic. And then you had to renew it. Why? Wait, for 6 months? You're crazy, dude. Also, hello, Chowdy. Thank you for first redeem. So today it's... Oof, that was loud. So today it's... roll call and first redeem. Okay, yes, you are here, present. Thank you. Okay, so today is gonna be like a chill. When I say chill, I mean because I'm kind of sick. That's the only difference, right? Oh, congrats on first alternate. There is no second, only first and first alternate. Yes. Alright, you guys are early. You guys are early because it was supposed to be a 1. It's 1:10. It's okay. Right, I'll only start when the hosts or my friends are ready. So that's gonna be mostly it today. Gosh, I hate it when my hair is like what? Long enough to tie, but also not short enough to not be hot. Right, chat. Is this a good time to like cut it short all over again or like let it grow out? Cause I hate this in between stuff. Also, sound check. Is the sound okay? Is everything okay? Like, I had to fix the VTuber model because I realized that I wasn't recording. So I had like some settings to undo. All these things take time. So yeah, story time. Today is work, so I had to go to work and do actual work. Normally I don't, right? So you guys know, my work is pretty chill. But then, it's like month end and quarter end closing, so there's that. And then there's other stuff piled onto it, and tomorrow is actually a public holiday for me. So I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna go touch grass. Literal grass. I'm gonna inhale pollen and do damage to my lungs. Because I might be allergic to like some kind of pollen. But then I was like, you know what? I want to go to a garden. I want to go to like the biggest garden in Singapore. It's like the Botanic Gardens because I haven't been there in a while. Last time I went there, I actually... What is that? Yeah, it was for an orchestra or something like that. Like the symphony orchestra performs there for free. Before COVID, right? It's for free for the public. And yeah, it's just free concerts. With a lot of mosquitoes that you'll be feeding. So there's that. Tomorrow I'm going there. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Some people say it takes like what, an hour? Some people say it takes 4 hours to walk. So yeah, I'm going with another friend. And I'm just streaming just to let you guys know I'm still alive. Sound is good, thank you so much. A game? Okay, like the game is not yeah, I feel like you guys can... Wait, did I not turn it on? No. I think you guys can hear the game. You guys can hear the game. Okay, let me just... Okay, you guys should be able to hear the game. Let me just monitor for a little bit. I think we're gonna use in-game mic. I hope I don't hot mic. Because I don't really know. I think it's B. Is it B? I forgot. What are the controls again? Control, settings, audio. Microphone valve. Push to mute. It's what is the push to mute? Where is the push to mute? Accessibility, graphics, where is the push to mute? Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wing this. Oh, hello. Hi, wait, hold on. I feel like my volume is not on. Is my volume on? Is my volume on? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Wait. Why is my audio not working? Audio input mic, yes. Voice activation. Voice activation, push to mute. Hi, Oji-san, kikoemasu ka? Can you hear me? Man, can you guys hear me? Uh-oh. I don't know if they are talking. I don't think they are talking. That's bad. Yabai this. Testing, mic check. Can you hear me? I'm so screwed. Nande? Did I'm gonna try voice activation. Hold up. If I do voice activation, does it work? Like, I don't know what is happening. I don't actually know what is happening. Jesus Christ. No, okay, chat. Can you guys hear something? Can you guys hear the game? I hear like keyboard tapping sounds. Does that count? Does that count, chat? Speakers, device, yes, the output is correct. Huh, so I don't really quite understand what's going on here. What? Are you guys hearing like the game sound audio at all? You guys hearing the in-game sounds? Nope, you can't hear the in-game sounds? Okay, then what is playing on my thing? Okay, hold on. Maybe I change it. Alright, I don't... I use speakers. I use headphones, which will eventually kill me after a while, because it's really warm over here right now. Okay, so I'm gonna use the output audio thing. I don't fucking know what's going on. Hold on. Yeah, no, I don't think I can hear anything. Why am I the only one who cannot... Master volume, SFX volume, music volume, voices volume, yeah. Yep, I don't know what's going on, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can hear the game stuff though, I just can't hear the voices. Oops. Okay, I fully leave the game, got it. Fully leave. So as in like the game as well? Okay, I'm gonna leave the game. Gonna close the game, quit. Okay, just gonna stare at the blank screen. Yes. Okay, let me see. So hopefully it works this time. Okay, the sound of the game is definitely loaded. You guys can hear that, so... Okay, please work.
Chibi?
Oh, it works! Yes!
Hey, I can
It
hear
works!
you.
It works!
Hello.
Oh shit, yeah, hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Yay.
Hello.
Yay.
How are you?
Hello. Chibi, check this out.
Oh! Oh, violence. We are choosing violence today. Okay. Wait, how do you do that?
He's kicking me all over.
Right mouse button. What if you're not holding anything?
Oh. Oh!
Oh.
Okay.
He's trying to live his life.
So it's supposed to be like the helping hand, like reach up the hand, but they replace it with a kick just for today. Wow.
Oh, April
For April
Fools.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's
Oh, I guess because they're in a different time zone.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I guess
Wouldn't
they
be
gotta
past
be
30 for them, especially.
well, they
ahead of
usually
us?
reset the for Chibi.
No, like us, like in like because the
us.
original like time zone where this place, like the people that made it, aren't they ahead of us?
I think. I think so. Or maybe they're behind us. I don't know. But I know that
How
they
does the
usually
world
reset
work?
the. I don't know. But they usually reset the thing around the
Like 3 or
afternoons,
4
I
p.m.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Uh huh.
us, I think.
Said they should do it like for a week or something. So not everybody can play. Yeah, that's it. It's okay. I got it today though. Yeah.
Wow.
Violence. Violence. Man, I think
You
it's
got
like.
boots on. It's gonna hurt more.
Oh yeah, he has spikes on the
That's
back of
right.
his boots too. What the fuck?
I know.
Hold on, I can switch real quick to something. Is there new clothing? No. A crown.
Yo, we need stilettos right now. Do we not have stilettos in this game?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
I don't have stilettos.
Mhm.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
She she's gonna kill us.
No, I kill myself. What do you mean? I don't need help.
You're gonna be killing us with those spikes on the stilettos.
Stilettos don't have spikes. Those are called heels.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Alright, we're starting.
Okay, please, can we have the baby mode? I will not make it past the first stage without baby mode.
Tenderfoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, tenderfoot it is.
Thank
Good job,
you.
but they
Yeah.
help each other. Only kick.
That is true.
Yeah.
Our instinct is gonna be helping, and then we just end up kicking each other off the mountain.
Yeah.
Ow.
Okay, kicks need to be like really precise, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it can help us in some ways.
It's the push factor, not the pull factor, guys. It's kind of crazy.
Well.
Well,
Well, oh, I'm
Oh
alive.
yeah. We're at the new update now, which means that hunger won't go away if we're next to a campfire.
What?
that's so convenient.
Yeah.
Hunger won't go
Now
away.
you can play your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this game
Well,
is really customizable now.
Oh my
you can
god.
customize the thing. Oh, maybe we should have made it so we can start at the volcano.
You want to go
Hmm.
back and look at it?
If you guys
Because we're
want to.
like right here.
If you guys want to, we can. We could real quick. Just gotta well. So what did we learn?
Don't cook stuff that's not edible.
No, you do it right when Alastor's right there. That's your next
Yeah.
job. Can I carry this?
I see it. The one that went boom.
Oh.
You can sleep on that. Wow, is
I-
it warm and
Maybe
toasty?
we're restarting? Oh.
Really? Okay, might as well just
Yeah.
me first. Me first.
In fire we trust. And
And we're gone. Yay! See you in the afterlife. That was fast. That was really fast, chat. We're speed running. I should have used the flare, right? Just go kaboom one more time. Yay! We did it! Look! Speedrun record! Everyone died in less than 5 minutes. Didn't even try. Didn't even have to try. Oh! Oh, the door is not
That was
opening.
fun. What? There you go.
That was a death speed run.
Death speed, yeah. Didn't
Okay,
even
so-
try.
Let me see.
Can we skip?
Custom run. So hold on. How does this work? I can pick. What do we start? Or something? Like grapple mode? What's this? Start with an infinite use. Oh. Instead of climbing, we can use the grappling hook to climb up.
Ooh. Spider-Man. Batman.
Oh. Oh, okay. So I thought you can like mix and match some of the biomes, but no, it only lets you do like one mini run of one biome.
Is that
Like
good
if
or
you want to
bad?
do the volcano, well, like if you want to do the volcano biome or the tropics biome just by itself, you can now instead of doing all of them
Oh,
together.
which one's fun?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know which one's
The roots on hard
right
mode.
now. Okay.
Roots?
What? Wait.
What is roots?
You've never been to the roots? Oh my god.
Is it the tornado one?
No, no, you've
Nope,
been to
nope.
the roots. I remember because we fed each
yeah,
other
no.
poisonous mushrooms or something.
Yeah. You've been
Jungle?
to the roots before.
Jungle?
Mm, not the
It is a
jungle.
jungle.
Wow,
They have
what'd you call
poisonous
that?
mushrooms, yeah.
Like a forest.
Oh, the one that rains. Yeah,
No.
no,
That's the
Mandrake.
jungle.
Look,
Eh, never mind. Take me there.
You'll know when you see it.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
you'll
Take
see
me
it.
there. I don't know anything. Ah,
How long has it been since you played?
good question. How long has it been since I streamed?
well. Okay, I mean you can pretty much customize like any way, like adding stuff or getting rid of stuff. But let's just do Tenderfoot.
Yeah, baby mode.
Yeah, let's go Tenderfoot. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be baby today, guys. Chat, cause I don't remember what is roots. I'm pretty sure I died in every single biome except the first one, so I don't remember everything. This is roots?
Oh no. We're just gonna do a full run.
Oh, okay. What?
Balloon. Oh. Sorry.
Oh,
She got a balloon.
oh, it works. Nice, nice. Bing bong.
Bing bong. Have you taken Bing bong to the top yet?
Nope. I keep on dying.
Okay. Put Bing bong in backpack. We'll take it
Bing
to
bong
the top.
impact. I have a
You're
cannon.
guaranteeing
realized.
going to the top.
I just realized what happened to your eyes.
That was crazy seeing that from behind you.
What happened to your eyes?
What do you mean? They look beautiful.
No, they're gone.
Angie.
You're Engie.
That was a
You see them?
spectacular
They're slanted down
explosion.
Well, you look Engie. Yeah.
It's like the the mischievous, gray, and angry look.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Was it not the eyes I had on when
So
I saw you?
you have the smug eyes.
Oh, I kind of
Yeah.
forgot which ones I had on. I clicked on one in accident, and I was like, wait, was it this one?
Oh,
Oh,
I
come on, pro gamer. Jeez.
didn't see it. I'm blind.
Grass is so tall today. Why?
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah.
It's blocking my eyes.
It's generated.
Do you see like floating trees up there?
Floating
Floating
trees.
Yeah, there's like a floating palm tree.
I feel like that's
On
an
top of the
entire floating island. No,
Is it?
it looks like an
Like, on my
island.
screen, they're floating. Oh, now it rendered in. Now it's an island. I see it now.
I see.
Come on. Okay. I don't know why I'm bringing a flare. Why am I bringing a flare? Ow.
You didn't fly. Why? You were supposed to fly. You were supposed to go over. Ah, wait. It didn't. It didn't fly. What? That sucks.
Well, it has to be on top of a hill or mountain or
Oh,
something.
really? Okay, you get up there. I kick you. Okay, so we go that side, right? Oh, hey, it doesn't go very far. What the heck? That sucks.
Yeah, from the trailers, I saw it would go a lot farther than that.
Yo, this is
Like spotted.
lame.
Wait, what? What?
The kick. Like on
You
trailers,
went
it looked
pretty
like it
far.
went a lot. Did I?
Oh, I feel like you did when you can kick me. See how far I go.
See, it
No,
just
it's the
pushes
way
you
down.
down the mountain, but not really, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
It doesn't like
Or maybe
fly
it has to
all
be
the
in a
way.
different spot. Like maybe.
Because I felt
maybe
like
on
in the airport I
face,
kicked too far.
Yeah, the apple was like
Oh.
really far. This is just kind of lame. All right, no more kicking for me.
Yeah. Okay. No more kicking. That would be like a yeet kick, but no.
Yeah,
wanted a
'cause we could
drop
when we
kick.
go across the canyon, you know?
Yeah. A drop kick would have been
Drop kick.
cooler. Like a jumping kick.
A body slam.
What body slam? No,
Slam
no.
dunk. Yeah, body slam.
Did you see the video about that reporter that like she went to like those wrestling places, and like the girl like she asked the wrestler like, what's your like, can you do your move on me, like her signature move, and she just like basically like body slammed her
Oof.
on the mat. And then like the girl just quickly got up. They're like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I feel like $1,000,000." Yeah, no, I think she cried in her car afterwards. I don't know, like
Aww.
she took it like a champ though.
That video sounds familiar. Was it an old video of WWE or something?
Maybe. I don't know. Look, I don't know if it's old.
I see
It looks
chests.
kind of newish.
Wee.
I mean, to be fair, what did she expect when she said, "Do your signature"?
I know.
Oh, I need
For,
this.
the
I'm gonna need
a very
this.
tough move. At least she didn't say finisher. That would have been a lot worse. Because there's a signature move and there's a finisher.
I can't drop shit. What?
Oh,
Oh no, we lost her.
no, we lost sweetie.
Chibi found bandages. I'm
We
good.
lost our child.
I found bandages. I'm good.
Okay.
TV.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yay.
Oh, you want to use it? You're hurt.
That's true.
Yeah, you said you're hurt.
That's because I
Don't
blasted
worry, I got another flare,
a
so we can
cannon.
use it on the fire.
Me have it here too. Explosives.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we good. Which way? Right,
Okay.
right, left, up,
Right.
right.
I turn off my brain and follow him.
Okay, we follow the leader.
You don't have
Yes.
to think when he's playing.
True, true. There's a white thing there. I want that.
You know what? I feel like that's been the case for a while. Oh no! Okay, I forgot. I almost kicked you.
Oh, you almost kicked me off.
I was trying to help out. I forgot. We have cakes.
No, yeah, I get it. It's fine.
This.
Eh. What's in there?
Hold on.
Oh, another
good.
blasting
use this
stuff.
bandage.
Ooh,
Banana trail mix.
look at the cannon. That's mine.
Hold on to it.
Okay, you take the cannon.
That's for
Get a
emergency
blast off
suicide.
again.
Do not
I
help.
almost pressed right mouse.
Do not help.
Yeah, we can't help each other. We can't help. I mean, we can help each other off the mountain. That's about it. But helping up, it's a different case.
Okay,
I feel like
logistically.
I misclick.
Okay, where next?
That's what I'm afraid of. Oh, this way. Look, don't touch the spiky thing.
Purple stuff.
Yeah.
Because I have a track record of accidentally pushing people off cliffs in games. There's 2 clips of me doing this before in different games. Both by accident. So we'll see what happens today.
On this one? On peak?
Not on peak. It was on a different game.
Oh.
One of them was the RV there yet.
Wait. I think I
RV
might have
there?
seen that. Did you push was that Kazuma or Slime? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I pushed slime.
You guys made it farther there on your run than we did when we played, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we played like 13 hours or something.
Ooh.
Oh god. Oh, I see a
And we
cave.
still didn't finish the map.
And it's just one map or is it multiple maps?
I mean, it's multiple sections, but it's one map basically. It's one whole run that just takes
Yeah,
forever.
'cause-
And the more you go, the more. I was about to help Chibi up.
You
That
can
would've
help me
been
die.
nice.
Who wants a balloon? Who wants a balloon?
Oh, oh me,
Banana,
Me.
Wait, hold
banana.
on.
me.
Yay!
Thanks.
I was trying to like let go of right mouse button as soon as I could, because if I still held it, I would have kicked you.
Oh, that's true.
Mm. Like there's so many of those poison jellyfish.
Poison. We like poison.
Slippery.
Cause I'm poison.
There's another one there. Open it. Loot
Ooh,
boxing.
yummy. We can each get an apple.
Whoa. Bum.
Because they definitely grow on bushes.
Oh, another rope cannon.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, more apples. I'll take some.
Whee.
Take the apples. Also have a coconut.
What do you have? A coconut?
Wait, hold on.
Isn't it heavy?
Did you guys had the batch where you gotta do the gourmet thing?
The what?
So you gotta consume a cooked coconut, then a cooked honeycomb, a cooked yellow crispberry, and a cooked egg, and then you gotta reach the top,
Hell no.
and you get the gourmet badge. You don't have that? Okay,
I've
we're
never
gonna
made
get
it
you
to the
that one.
top. It's okay. I've
feel
never
like
made
out
it.
of all badges we can get tonight, I feel like that one's a crazy one to pick. I feel like there's a way better list we can give her.
Okay.
Yo, I don't think I've
Why
made
can't we
it to
give
the
it a-
There's a
top.
handful.
Bing bong, bing bong. Just
Yeah.
need bing bong.
You want bing bong? Okay.
I've never made it to the top with bing bong.
Okay, we'll take bing bong to the top tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's get bing bong to the top.
Everybody, let's go.
We're going up, na na na.
There goes my balloon.
Oh, maybe this is a mistake.
Ooh, this is a really far.
Okay,
I'm going side. I'm gonna take a break here.
yeah, go on
I have the
aside.
same idea.
Yeah, I'm not
but
helping
remember,
you
I
though.
cannot help.
I almost helped. I was like, ah.
How'd you last longer? Did you have extra stamina?
I guess I'm not that hungry, yeah.
Oh.
I was trying to get the K-pop Demon Hunters meal that they're serving at McDonald's, but it was kind of funny because while I was asking for it at the drive-thru, the guy was like, sorry, what? So I had to say it again. I want the Huntrix meal that you guys have. And then he's like, sorry, my English no good here. Speak to somebody else. So there was a lady and I had to ask again, can I have the Huntrix meal? And then she's like, oh, no, we don't have that tonight.
What?
And I was like, God damn it.
Scam.
Dang. I wonder what language you spoke.
Probably Spanish.
Okay,
I mean, that's a lot of Spanish
That's
speaking.
normally what you run into around these parts.
Yeah.
Usually it's Spanish. I'm surprised you didn't switch.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, like a lot of people don't realize that I speak Spanish. I mean, I could have told them, that I speak Spanish, but I was like, you know what?
Oh, okay.
I'll only switch if he asks me to.
Why?
Also, where the hell are we?
A good question. I turned off brain.
I felt like we were
This
up
is,
there, no, now we're not.
Right? Oh
Right.
wait, maybe this way. Maybe this way.
Hmm?
This way.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks-
I was excited to get the meal, but apparently it was not available yet, so I'm gonna wait until Friday to get my Huntrix meal.
Oh,
I wanted
I didn't
try
know
the
there was-
songs.
the sauce. I didn't know they were selling that.
Yeah, that started yesterday. There's either a Huntrix meal or I forgot the boy band group.
Soda boy? No, not soda.
Saja,
What was it
Saja
called?
boys.
So, Saja
Saja
Boy.
Boys.
Yeah. So
Close
it's either
enough.
Saja Boy or
Dead off. Dead off.
it was either Saja Boy or Huntrix.
Soda pop.
Kind of like. Is that your favorite Chibi? The Soldier Boys.
Soda pop.
Saja
Yeah,
boys.
actually, I kind of prefer their choreography.
I'm actually excited for the second movie.
There's a second
that
movie.
fun?
Is that why? Okay, I was like, that could explain it. I was like, why are they doing it so late? If the movie came out so long ago now.
Well, yeah, there's they made the announcement like weeks ago at this point now that they're
Oh,
making a
where am
second
I?
movie.
That makes sense. It was really popular. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's still popular.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a lot of story to it that they still haven't, like, they cut out, so they could easily make another movie with that.
Possibly, yeah. Honestly, like it was never really like my style of movie, like in first impression. But after watching the entire thing, it was actually pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it.
I liked it for the music.
Yeah, same.
Music
The
was
movie
nice
itself
too.
was okay.
Mhm.
It was like cookie cutter type of storyline, but music was banging, so I was like, you know what, I'm here. I'm vibing.
Going up, 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 up. We did it!
Yay!
And with no helping hands.
Yeah, yeah, we're playing hard mode basically.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, who's injured?
I might have to
Who's
drop
injured?
this and this
You injured?
I'm good.
and
You injured?
this a little.
You're injured.
How do you know?
Like a centimeter.
Cause oh,
Oh,
that's what I was. That
now
was,
she's really injured. Okay, alright.
Now I'm
that's what I
emotionally
was afraid
damaged.
I was trying to. Okay. She'll heal.
I will heal. You're right.
Sausage.
Marshmallows.
Ooh,
There's a bag.
Nice.
Banana, you're next with the bag. I'm not gonna risk
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna light up the campfire.
Okay.
Cool.
You already did it perfect.
Yeah, I
Right.
did it.
Here. All right. Eat this coconut.
Eat.
Oh,
Ow.
I didn't mean to.
That's okay, I get it, it's fine.
No, I don't know how to feed you. Feed
It's
yourself.
fine.
I don't know how to feed you.
Oh, right click. Oh, these things. I need this.
Oh, look, the roots.
Cannon.
roots. Well, and now you might remember the roots looking at this place.
This is the rainforest thing, you know. The
hold
one
on, is
with
that
the mushroom explosions and the mandrakes and the
Yeah.
zombies and the spider that ate me. This is a terrible
Exactly.
place.
Also, Moon, get online.
Moon.
Oh,
Moon is here.
小爸爸进来
boy.
，Come here 。你跟我进来 join. You have no
I'm gonna
excuse,
feed you,
Moon.
Chibi.
Feed me?
There you
Why?
Extra stamina.
Oh.
So you know when
小
you cook on
小
spicy
大
rice.
人 ，load on your Steam。来了，老弟，老弟。
Moon. Métete al juego. Juega con nosotros.
Oh yeah, they understand
too,
Spanish too.
man.
Damn.
We're just confusing Moon. Okay, let's go.
Ah, they are
Joseph.
working.
Moon, get a cardboard cutout of yourself and just
Slap
put
it
on
here.
the screen. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I was so
The hell?
surprised. Moon's new VTuber is so dedicated. I was like, since when?
Wait, what coded?
Dedicated. Have you seen him? He's so dedicated. He's
I
like
mean, we
the.
have seen the model, but I just never thought about it be like daddy code.
I
Moon, you're
mean,
now daddy. How does that make
when
you
you
feel?
when you first see it, you would think that he has the rich man f boy love, no? Right.
I
Sorry, that did not
Honestly,
cross my mind.
Except he
I
ching
don't
chongs,
know.
so I'm just kind of like. Oh! Oh no!
did she die?
Nope.
No.
I'm alive. I'm very far. Oh, there's stuff here. Nope. There.
Is she down there?
Yeah.
Oh, she's down there.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's down there.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh, how did you?
Oh,
There's a thing there. There's a Hercules beetle. There are many Hercules beetle. Turn back. No.
it's
There's so many of it.
they're
I.
bullied.
It's gonna beat me up. It's dangerous, right? It's not friendly, right?
Oh,
Oh, it's not friendly. It's
Wait,
not
can I-
friendly. Is it friendly? No. Oh, it kicked
Over and
you.
over.
It kicked
Wait,
you.
hold on. Maybe I can.
Yeah,
Gonna kick his ass.
they're annoying.
I'm moving
Oh,
up.
can we kick them?
Oh, okay.
This is the only time we can fight back.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what
hey,
I'm trying
try
to do.
fight it.
I don't know.
Okay, that did nothing.
Okay, you gotta
No?
run. Nope,
That did nothing.
nope.
No.
So we can only commit violence to
That
our
was
same
worth a shot.
species.
They can commit
Yes.
violence, but we can't. That's not fair.
Oh, we'll grab onto something.
That was kind of bad.
Onto the
Oh no!
something. Don't let
No,
them
no,
get
no, no, no,
it.
no, 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 no,
First
no, no,
base,
no, no, no.
first base. Oh god, spam it.
What the fuck is that?
Oh.
Spider! I almost got
Okay,
eaten
no,
by
run,
one again.
Because there's literally like 12
Oh,
beetles behind you.
I
Great.
Where do I
Okay,
go?
who's injured?
Chibi.
No, I'm
Jimmy,
just
come
a
here.
little bit fine. I'm fine. Is that a mandrake? That's not a mandrake. Okay. For a moment I was like, it's gonna
No, no.
screech.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I'm gonna eat this.
Is it poison?
Oh, careful, there's
Yeah.
a bomb.
Oh, it looks like poison.
Oh, I'm
Oh, you're okay.
I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
There's a beetle right
Oh,
there.
that's-
I'm okay.
This is terrible.
It's fine. It's
So
fine.
this is the
And this is
roots.
Tenderfoot.
Ah,
It could be worse.
You
it could
are-
be a zombie.
I have never seen
yeah.
12 beetles in the same place at once before. You know, I'm just saying
I
that.
know, like crazy. We'll hit it
It could be
another
worse.
time. Another time.
It could be worse. Imagine if it was
Mm.
12 cockroaches together.
Okay,
Ew.
why would you have
I
to bring
would-
their name up?
I would die.
I would cry.
I would burn down the house.
I've been in a place like that in my last apartment complex. When I moved in, I guess because people weren't living in that section for a while, or I don't know what was wrong with that place. But we had to kill like 6 of them that night that I moved in because we sprayed. And then we walked outside to like, clear our heads. And like on the inside area that's gated with the pool, like on the walls and everything, we counted 60.
Oh!
All big. Yeah, I was scarred for life, and now that I have shared my story, we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna.
Jesus, that's my
Yeah.
worst nightmare. Ugh.
Yeah. I literally was scarred for various other stories that we won't get into.
Dude, that would scar me as well. Listen, I carry like 3 Raid spray bottles for a reason. I'm gonna dual wield a bunch of them and just spray them everywhere.
Oh, wind. Oh, careful, there's a bomb.
The
next to
wind.
you.
It's
That might
okay.
hit.
And well,
Well, it hit me. It's okay, we good.
Oh,
Let's go.
man, we good.
Wait, there was a
Very
purple
good.
mushroom that looks so
We're good.
nice. Oh, this is
Yeah, let's go with push
the
that one
what is
does.
this? No, we're gonna get poison. We're gonna
Oh,
get
there's a case here.
poison.
Ooh.
oh.
Oh, hold on. Let me carry that stove, because if we get a
Oh,
mandrake, we can
perfect.
cook it.
Hey, there's a
Yeah, you
flag.
can get your
Your
you can
achievement.
get- Yeah. Because that one's hard to get because you need a very specific item.
Yeah. And I think the only way to get it is with the stove, yeah. Oh my god, there's so many down there. What the hell?
Beetles
Oh.
again.
We might have to
Oh
we might have
man.
to bounce around to get on that side. We ball.
How does one bounce?
All right.
You jump? Oh, no.
Mario. Oh my gosh, I actually handled that well. You good,
cool.
Chibi?
Almost.
You good, Chibi? You good, guys? You good?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Uh huh. I think.
Oh,
I
the
think I
wind.
made it.
The wind.
What does the checkpoint flag do? I'm just asking because I have one.
So if you put it down, if you die, you respawn on that flag.
Oh, should I not just
So,
put it down
checkpoint.
somewhere here? I'm just.
If you want to, yeah.
No, this is a terrible location.
Okay. Where do we
Somewhere
kill from
nice.
here?
Waterfall through
It
the
sucks though
water.
when like you have it and like you're not on Tenderfoot because then like you could spawn in the fog when you die, so it like defeats the purpose.
Ah.
Yeah, that is true. Hmm. Oh, okay.
It's really
I think I know.
beneficial on Tenderfoot since you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, watch out for the little balls.
Balls.
Balls of spores. We're skipping those.
Pro gamer.
Why are there so many stag beetles? Can they go away?
There's a case. Loot box.
I want to get
Careful.
it, but he's gonna be bully.
Oh,
He's
I
going
can't-
after me.
Oh, I got kicked.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, oh my God,
Well.
Chibi.
I didn't get hurt. Wow,
Chibi
that's a
got-
miracle. That's a miracle. No hurt.
He's really trying to get out.
Oh, okay. Oh, because the wind. I was like, why didn't I make that? That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, this is a weird spot. You can stand here.
Where am I? Oh, we're gonna go up.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
this stag beetle needs to go away,
Where's the gun when you need one?
right? Alright.
Alright, we go.
Just go. Run.
There's a weird ledge you can also. Oh, okay, wow, you just both made it really fast. Alright, never mind.
Yeah, I had the mushroom boost, so.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Whee. Oh,
What's
we
with
need
this waterfall?
the pink stuff again.
Don't touch it.
This is a
We
good
may
place.
have to- Yeah. Okay. What
Okay,
if? What if?
Oh,
we
no.
swim. Can we swim? Ooh, loot
I want to see
box.
something. Maybe
On
over
the
here.
loot box.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can like.
Bandage. Got one. Oh no! Oh no!
That's not it. Oh no.
That's horrible.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, that was horrible. Thanks.
Yeah. Wait.
He was there.
Lost.
Oh.
Should I go down?
What?
I'm at the loot box.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, okay.
We're up here.
You can just go on the vine.
On the
Ah,
vine. Up here.
you can climb vines
Just careful with the
upwards.
wind, 'cause it'll screw you over.
Ride the wind, never coming back until I touch the minute.
You guys are like, oh,
Up.
yeah. There you go. Let's get out of here.
Oh wait. Moon, you still watching?
Yeah, Moon is
We gotta
still
show
there.
him. We gotta show him the kick later on.
Moon is missing out.
You can kick. I think it's only for today or for the week.
April
Like,
Fool's
instead of,
violence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Win. Ah,
Instead
no.
of helping, you choose what violence. Okay, I think we're going up here.
Yeah, alright.
Many vines.
Uh,
Oh!
Oh,
That's
careful.
hollow. It's hollow. Hollow.
And then over here.
Okay.
Oh god.
I can't help you, Banana. Are you okay?
I got it. Thanks, though.
Okay, good.
I need my Tronics.
Go on. Thought you were gonna show me a goth girl. I mean, there's one on the screen right now. What are you on about?
You wish.
Oh yeah, I am a goth girl. Hi. Totally
Flips,
forgot.
I'm right here, baby. What you mean? There's two of them.
It's the brown stuff.
Now I was gonna show you. I was gonna kick Banana.
Probably not from here, but yes.
I know. I'm not trying to do that.
Okay,
up
maybe
here,
from
'cause
here
I'll
to the
kill-
fungi there, like
Yeah.
from here to Banana, stand over there by the fungi.
Hey, come here, Banana.
Oh, honey!
Oh,
my gosh,
honeycomb.
we can cook
Nice.
this for
Yeah. For cheap.
Chibi.
Alright, then.
Yeah, take it. Oh,
We
Moon
found a
is
mandrake.
asking if you.
There we go. Demonstration done.
Fine. Ow. I got kicked.
Deserved. Was it just the one? Yeah, it's just the one.
Man.
Hold on to
Come
it.
on.
Then. If we can't find a mandrake, then we can just cook that one.
Mm-hmm. There's one
Yeah.
on the top right. There's a white chest. Am I dreaming? No, it's not. It's on the sorry.
It happens.
Oh, we're so poisoned. I'm
Oh,
so
no.
poisoned.
Okay, let me just wait.
We got s'mores. No. Yeah, Moon is asking. Oh wait, you're goth?
Am I
Honestly,
not
your
goth?
model is goth. Yeah.
I technically am. This is not the actual model. This is like the... What is that? This is the music channel model. I have another one. It's still in the works, but oh, I'm getting blown.
Ooh, how exciting.
Ooh, a model? Cool. Come on. Eh.
No, this one isn't hollow.
Oh, we're almost there.
We are.
I'm gonna go
I'm
this
so
way.
surprised.
See what happens when he leads? You can just zone out.
I'm gonna eat this.
Very reliable.
Come on. Oh,
What
I
that?
guess I have infinite
Oh
stamina
no,
now.
I hear something.
Spider?
Wait, wait, am I gonna turn into a zombie? Uh-oh.
Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Is your
Because my stamina bars are full of mushrooms.
Oh no, you probably just high.
Oh. Whoa, man, I'm so high for 220, dude.
Oh no, I.
Yeah, don't worry.
Grab onto something, dude.
Take your time.
Okay, I have difficulty.
Let's go. Come on up here. Oh, stag beetle, man, I'm so high right now. I wish I could help you guys out, but I can't. I'm gonna kick you.
Oh, there is a stag beetle. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was climbing on the wall, dude. Oh, I'm not high anymore. Okay, I'm free.
Is anyone behind
We're
us?
almost there.
No. Gosh,
I hear
him every. Oh yeah.
bugs.
There's a
Bugs.
one on
Yeah.
top. Yes.
It's going after me. It's going after me.
Oh, there's multiple of them.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh
Up,
god.
up, up,
Oh
up.
god. Oh.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Oh,
Oh!
we're surrounded.
We're surrounded.
That's horrible.
Oh wait, I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got an
Alright.
idea.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, that one could have been horrible.
Oh!
No! No!
Oh my god, that is horrifying.
Hey,
That is
look.
horrifying.
Medicine
That is
plant
indeed
or
horrifying.
mandrake.
Ow! Oh, Alastor, you kicked me!
I did not kick you.
Oh wait, yeah, oh my god, no, it was the beetle. Oh, you're right. Ow. They can climb up that wall? They're like following Shidmi.
Oh
Why follow
yeah,
me?
I can see it just peeking through though.
Oh, okay. I have no
Ow.
stamina.
No, there's nothing up here. I don't think
Ow.
there's a foothold.
Oh
Uh-uh.
my
No.
gosh.
Wait, somehow there is
damn it.
one right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we climb towards the right, I
Three
think.
stag beetles coming up to you, but then yeah. They're literally right behind you.
Kicked me!
Oh god! Oh!
Oh, we're in terrible hands.
Oh my god.
How bad?
Ow.
Oh no, Alastor! No. Oh.
I think I'm dead, guys.
You're gonna have to go find like a different way, I think.
Okay, hold on. I got you. We'll be fine. Stay strong. Hold on.
You might have to come and get this ball.
Where you at? I'm down.
Alright, we're gonna go separately. I think. 'Cause I don't think they can climb up that beetle part. Okay, I'll go and I'll meet them at the top right there, because I think I see it. Correct me if I am wrong, but that looks like campfire. Right, there is campfire. Holy shit! Wait! I'm so close. So close. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna meet them there. Okay, they have my stream POV, so that's a little bit kind of cheating, but I am not angry about it. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, they are together. The Scoutmaster is not gonna go with them, so. Okay, I'm gonna wait for them here. Yo, the roots was crazy. What is that? That army of Hercules beetles? Crazy shit. Also, I am hungry as heck. That's a campfire and energy drinks. Why did it spawn right on the campfire? That's kind of weird. Okay, I'm putting stuff in. Okay, they should drink that. And just see other things. I have a lot of junk. Embrace the occult. What is that? One of our scouts stepped onto a sea urchin and died. What? Okay, and then there's a weird statue and... Okay, yep. Hopefully nobody dies. They are together. It should be fine. Okay, so, yeah, about that. May or may not be poison. Oh, it's poison. It's poison! No! It's okay. I have time. I can wait this out. I'll be fine. It's a little bit of poison. Don't worry about that. Okay, so for Moon, if you're still here, allow me to show you what I mean. Okay. Can I unlock this? Yes, let me unlock this. Alright, so... This is the model. This is the model, okay? Alright. Yeah, so if I zoom in... It's actually really detailed, yes? So... Because I'm Singaporean, right? So orchid is actually our national flower. The purple one. Vandam is joking or something. So this is like the costume. This is a corset. This is like the stage costume, by the way. So yeah. This is kind of like Chun-Li's skirt, you know, 旗袍, because I'm Chinese. And then there's like web-themed stockings. My shoes are like the favorite. Look at the render of the shoes. It's like sparkly. It's bats. So yeah, am I goth? I guess this is kind of like, you know, including the nails. Look at that. If this is not goth, then I don't know what this is, right? I am gothic. Right? It's gothic. Also, it became a little bit too huge. Hold on. Let me... Is this okay? Is this better? Alright, good enough. So... Yeah. That's the idea. That's why they say gothic. Now you know. Now you know. Now you got a full idea. Got a full picture. 加个微信. I don't use 微信. You have my Discord, right? But yeah, it's generally what it is. So, goth. I think I consider as a goth. I count as one. It's just not superly obvious, but Okay, so I don't really know how Banana and Alastor is, but I hope they're okay. I hear them. I actually hear them. Oh shit. Wait, wait, I hear them, I hear them. Hello? Is it God? They're not dead yet, I can hear them though. They're not dead yet, I can hear them. Commissioning a new one? It's more like I commission both at the same time. This one just happened to be done first. Because Anzu, my VTuber mama, is kind of sick right now. Yeah, so I'm not rushing. But there is another one that's waiting actually. I hear them! Where are they? I hear them! I hear them! I'm hungry. I hear you guys! Come up! I'm already up here! Come up! I don't know how to help you. I can't help you. Come on. I hear them. If I hear them, it means that they have to be like kind of close now. The Scoutmaster hasn't yoinked me. Okay, I don't think the Scoutmaster yoinks people at the camp. I think, maybe. I don't know. I hear them, I hear them. Where are you guys? I feel like they are this side. But the more I run, the hungrier I get, so I don't really wanna... He does? At the campfire? He gets to people at the campfire, what? Oh, I see them! Hello! Hey, you guys made it!
A struggle.
I was waiting at the
Where's
top.
Alastor?
Where's Alastor? I heard the both of you.
He was behind
Y'all
the
made it!
I'm so hurt. I have like less than a quarter of HP left.
Oh my god, okay. Get to the top.
I'm so
There's a
hurt.
bandage. There's a bandage there. And 2 energy
Okay,
drinks. 1 each. Yeah?
I'm gonna skim the sides to see if there's a mandrake or something around.
Alright, don't get got by stag beetles. Ow.
You guys struggle, huh?
Highly doubt.
There was like 20 stag beetles just
Oh my
bullying
god.
us.
Okay. Alright, so in the backpack
Oh my god.
here.
I was hoping for an all cure, but this will work too, I suppose.
Okay. Alright, there is
Well,
a
we do gain.
bandage in the backpack. Use it.
I'm using this energy drink.
The other one
need this.
is for banana.
Oh, okay. And we do gain some HP when we light the campfire.
Nice, nice. Bananas hot dog.
He's trying to find the mandrake, I think.
Oh, okay. We'll wait then.
Yeah. Okay. Any luck?
I see a chest. I'm gonna go try to grab it. I'm just gonna leave Bing Bong with you. Oh,
Okay.
There is one?
Ping pong. I got ping pong.
Nice, nice.
I see the bag over here. Wait.
You wanna...
Chibi, take
hmm?
this with you. You can cook and eat it.
Oh,
Cook?
well,
you
we
cook
gotta
it,
wait
you
for
cook it,
you.
though.
We gotta wait for you though.
Yeah, we
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Wait, let me go. Maybe there's something nice there.
And I'm just gonna drop it. Right, we have stuff to cook. All of it here. Are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. All I hear is just an echoing bruh.
So it's not a, it's a mandrake, huh?
Is it?
I don't know. If he's screaming, it's gotta be bad.
I see him. Banana? I'm gonna leave this here, just in case.
Okay.
Banana,
Nothing good.
you good?
Yeah.
Remember the campfire does heal you a little bit too.
Okay.
What does that to
What happened?
balloons? You found balloons.
Oh.
Like five below.
Oh, yeah, I think it's 5. Yeah.
Okay, we have one more.
Funny thing is, we had like 2 earlier, which we used.
It's okay, you guys should be using it.
Well, you get an achievement, like a spaceship achievement if you use the balloons. Wait, it's 6? Oh, it's 6. 6
Oh,
balloons.
never mind. Well,
Never mind. Well,
Well, time to cook.
okay.
I'm so hungry.
Remember to
it's in
cook
here. Oh.
to cook your honeycomb.
Oh.
I'm gonna cook this sausage.
I have a marshmallow.
Oh yeah, it does heal you a little bit.
Oh wow, that healed me up completely.
Yeah.
I only have a sliver.
Mesa. Oh boy, my favorite.
Alright, well I guess I'll put these in here since it'll help with the...
Banana, there's an energy drink. You should get that.
Can we hold on to it?
Yeah, you should get
Oh,
that.
I got
Eat
one.
your,
My energy
your
is
honeycomb.
full. Eat my honeycomb? Okay.
Do not cook the energy drink.
Here, we'll put that in your bag to hopefully lighten the burden for you.
Oh yeah, we all have
You get it.
backpacks now.
Yay!
Backpack. Come on.
Let's go!
Alright. Wow, we actually survived that.
Yeah,
Surprised.
that was actually pretty good.
Oh, I don't
What?
like this one. It keeps on pushing me into the thorns.
Oh, have you gotten that one yet? Where the 5 cactus balls are...
But you need
Cactus
5
balls.
cactuses on you.
No? Why would I want to throw myself into a cacti?
For the badge.
What?
What do you get from it? What was it?
I
What
forgot.
aesthetic?
Oh god.
I can't remember what's what. Some of the... Oh!
Oh, you hit the ground very hard. Are you okay?
She lost like a
Banana.
centimeter.
I
No one
lost a
wants you to drink Monster
centimeter.
Banana. Ooh.
And I've never drank a monster before.
What is that? Cactus ball? Is this the one?
Oh, tumbleweed.
Not that one, no.
Not that
there's
one?
a chest over there. Oh, this is the Mirage.
It could be fake.
Might be
We'll
a
go
mirage.
towards it.
Also, let's go check out this spring over here because I might have to get a Christmas for.
Oh man.
Ah!
Dodge that.
I got hit.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
no! That's a tornado.
No, not again. Not again.
I have
I
thorns.
see.
I have ouchies.
Capybara. Okay, do you have the bugle? Play the bugle on the capybara. Did you get an achievement?
I think I did this one before.
Okay, we're gonna take the yellow crispberry. We're gonna cook it for you. Actually, here, hold on. We can do that right now for you. Oh god.
Cherry.
That's not good. I have ouchies. Help me.
Okay.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
Is it just one?
Yeah,
Okay. Here, chibi.
because
Here, chibi, chibi.
the ball smacked me.
Oh my god. Okay, so now you have that one. All you need is an egg. You ate the half cooked coconut.
Yep.
You ate the cooked honeycomb.
Mhm.
The cooked yellow crispberry. So now you're missing an egg, and then you just gotta reach the top.
Then you get the gourmet oh wait, isn't the gourmet batch just the mouth?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that for just that cosmetic.
Yeah. But at least you can get that one out of the way, though. Okay, come on.
They should have really made
Ow.
a really nice outfit or chef hat or something, you know?
Right?
Or
Why is there
something
so
cool.
much tumbleweeds? What the hell?
It's April Fools. This one is
Oh, wait,
dancing
I was
in
gonna
my
look for
way.
that luggage.
Oh, you wanna get the luggage? Okay.
Is that a real one?
I think this one's real. This one's real.
How do you know? Oh.
Airplane food. Are you hungry?
No, I have space in the backpack. I'm just gonna throw it down.
Okay, you can take it. What I really could use though is a bandage.
Oh, I ran out of those.
Of course.
It's okay. I'll live somehow. Banana,
Hello.
Where are you?
Are you
Did you
good?
line it?
Yeah, it was milk.
Oh, nice.
And then when I ran to go cook it,
Fire
it,
went out.
the campfire died.
oh,
There's a perfectly good luggage in the center of all of. Ow.
It's a mirage.
Ow.
It's fake.
It's a mirage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ow. Oh.
Oh, cacti.
good.
Are you okay? I'm not okay.
No, I'm
I
gonna
got
pass
bonked.
out.
No,
Wait, are you
banana.
really? Oh. Hold on. Wait, where's your backpack, Chibi?
I was carrying him, so I think I dropped my stuff.
Oh. Hold on.
Yeah, I got my stuff now, but he's kind of out. Oh!
Ouch.
Oh! No! Banana. No! No! Ah.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh my god.
Okay,
We're
this
being
is
bullied by
terrible.
tumbleweeds.
Terrible.
Oh.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, this is bad, banana. Why you have to collapse here? Of all the places you could have collapsed.
Yeah, why here?
I'm gonna put this dude
Oh
here,
my god.
and I'm getting bonked. That's fun.
Oh my god. Okay. We need to. Here.
Gonna
Let's go to a higher
move.
place.
I'm gonna put him in a hole here, right, with the campfire. I don't know where my backpack is.
Put him in a hole.
Where's
Oh,
my
hold on.
backpack? It disappeared. It's okay.
It's where the tumbleweeds are.
Ah, okay. Well, we can do
Hold
that
on,
later.
let's- Hold on, we gotta resurrect Banana
Remove the thorns.
before he dies.
I'm alive.
Somehow that was terrible.
That
Don't
was so funny.
don't move. I'm gonna pick out all the thorns.
We're just playing on Tenderfoot. What is this? Why is this thing being so mean?
Help me with the
They
out.
did say that it really kicked her ass today.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is rough. Oh god, I hear the tornado.
We'll be
Oh,
fine in
Jesus.
here.
I hope so. We need to get Chibi's backpack. Oh, you have one more thorn. Okay, you're good. You
I have one more on me.
You have one
I don't know
more.
where
I don't know
it's
where it is. Oh, wait, hold on. I saw the prompt for it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Are we? Oh, okay, he went that way.
We should be good.
Where's
The
my
backpack
bag?
is
Oh, it's
right
there. Okay.
Good luck.
If I die, save me.
Ooh, oh,
I got it.
Just pretend it's a bullet. Oh,
the rebounding.
I got
just
it.
pretend it's a bullet hell.
I got it.
Is it ever? Is all your stuff done?
Yeah, I think so.
What is that over there?
Ah!
Oh, it's probably mine.
Yeah, that's yours.
Cause I'm missing things. Yeah.
Oh my god. Where you guys go?
Let me risk it all for my energy drink.
Okay. We'll go.
Pick it up.
We'll go.
All of a sudden.
It's at the full.
Oh, I had a milk. Oh, I don't have that milk anymore. Do you have milk, Chibi?
No, I have
Oh,
ouchies.
Oh well.
I've got ouchies.
Why is the sun so hot?
Help me with ouchies.
Oh, you have owls.
Yes.
You have
Thank you.
whiskers. Yeah.
I
Just
know.
one? Okay.
Okay. I think we can run across, right? Right.
I think so. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh,
Watch the pinballs.
there's so many tumbleweeds. There's usually not that many. What the
Check,
hell?
check,
And
check,
it's tenderfoot. Oh.
check the traffic.
Oh god.
Ow.
Over here. Over here.
This is what it feels
It's
like
so
in the
hot.
summer.
Oh, if you come to Southeast Asia, this time is gonna be equally bad.
Oh god. I
Yeah.
have ouchies.
I know.
Thank
Any
you.
more? Nope.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait it out. My feet are burned.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, we gotta wait.
Oh.
Ow.
Thankfully with tenderfoot, we can wait a little longer for the nighttime.
That is true. We won't get the hunger as much, so.
Oh, we can
The sun's
inch.
setting.
We can inch a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah.
Oh,
I want this.
What?
okay. He Banana getting shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
The good kind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ouchie.
Ow.
A little bit
Ouchie.
burn. A little bit burn.
Ow.
It's okay. We're good
You
here. We're
may
good.
have to climb up.
Yeah. Later
Actually, can we?
on.
I would
Yeah.
I would burn in the sun and then start tanning. And then get as dark as you want. I could be any color you want.
Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot.
Oh, I thought it was
Ouchie.
sunset.
Alright, jump in the side.
Ouchie.
This side's fine. This side's fine. It's okay.
Okay. It's okay.
At worst, it's skin cancer,
Well-
yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's like a huge patch of shade over here all the way to the other side. This is good.
Okay, let's see here. Which will be the best way to go?
Am I gonna drop? Am I gonna fall?
Maybe.
This way,
Maybe
maybe.
from this way to that side, possibly. Okay.
Yeah, this side.
Yeah. Woo! Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, it's setting, it's setting. Come on, Minyanya.
I'm coming.
Here we
It's an early
go.
chance. Not on our way.
Okay, okay, almost fell. Almost fell.
Oh.
We don't want to do
Oh,
that.
oh,
Huh.
okay. Well,
What is that?
We can go down. I think. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Do you want to
farther than
fly?
I
I'm about to do. I'm about to do really something. Wait, do you have a
sure?
cannon?
I think.
No,
I think so.
I dropped it on purpose.
Maybe I
Never mind.
It's
have.
heavy.
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Never mind.
I have a
That would've
balloon.
been a great
You want a
achievement.
balloon?
No. Okay, I'm about to do something risky. Oh, that hurt. But it worked.
That worked.
It works. It works. Come on, Banana. Get to the very edge.
Heck.
Leap of faith.
Yes.
I didn't do that right. Ooh.
But close enough. Okay, I almost helped you.
That was bad. Oh, that almost became a
I wouldn't have
sad
been mad 'cause I
story.
would have understood.
I almost helped you. Well, we can't help each other because that's just kicking each other off the mountain. I really need a bandage. I'm so hurt. You guys good?
Do I
Okay.
have anything? I don't.
I have an energy
All I have is
drink.
balloons. Because apparently people like to package balloons in their suitcases.
What the hell does that?
Clowns.
Like both slots are balloons, really. It's like the time when I opened a suitcase and all 3 slots had rope in it. Like really? Like what were they using this for? Why only rope?
I mean, I'm just gonna assume the people that carry that luggage were into some kinky stuff, that's all.
They were freaks. Like not
Yeah.
even a chocolate bar, you know? Like gosh. For the snacks, you know, for the road, you know, like so I could
Food.
steal from them. Food.
Prickly
Oh my God.
pear.
Remember the penis cactus we saw the other day? That was
Oh my
funny.
gosh, yes, that was perfect.
I have ouch.
Oh, there's another one.
Or we have an ouchie.
Yeah, because I ate something and. Yeah, he's gonna
How
eat
bad's
it
your
too.
hunger?
You eat it,
Hamster?
I'm good on hungry. You can eat it
Okay,
if you
great.
want to.
and then we pick
Yeah.
out the ouchies for you.
Oh,
Oh, now you have whiskers.
thanks. Because I was more than half on hunger.
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Okay. There we go. We passed the dangerous part. Now we're up to the most dangerous part.
From one danger to another. Okay. Wait, this is the one with explosives. I remember now. Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. Are you
No.
ready? Are you ready? Come on.
Oh wait, we're going there. Okay, never mind. I meet up. I'm go up.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll meet you up
that
there.
works for-
Yeah.
That works. Come on.
I had a whole marshmallow in my bag.
Oh, why is there a
You're
mining
starving.
pickaxe there?
Oh, you can grab onto it for kind of like a bitten, but it does come off.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
limited time thing. Oh, suitcase! Suitcase! Please be something good. I need some HP.
Right, that'd be nice. Oh, the sun's coming. Oh, there's another suitcase. I'll go for that one.
Oh, it goes kaboom. Ooh.
Please be something
It's
good.
got an umbrella. I don't know what that does.
So it actually does shield you from the sun, which helps. Oh. So if you have like 5 or 6 of those on you, you get an achievement.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Also,
Oh, hold on, there's a dynamite over there.
yeah, Is there any health packs there for you? Health packs, yes. That's not health pack.
Well, sports drinks though.
You can get the
Drinks pretty good.
sports. You can get the sports.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink this right now.
Eat
How
your
are you on
eggs.
hunger?
I just
Okay,
ate.
you're good.
I'm good.
You ate it? Okay, good.
Where are we going? There's a dynamite
checking
up
into the
there.
others.
Be careful.
Oh,
There's a dynamite right there. So
lollipop. Oh, I
good
see it.
stuff. Yeah. Woo! And then there's a luggage to your left. Nice.
And this is a good mushroom too. Yeah, I'm eating both.
That one looks like it's
I'm gonna eat
spotted
both.
though.
Oh, oh, another thing. Cool.
Yeah, you can have it.
Okay, good.
Ah,
Okay,
where's Banana?
not bandages, but it'll do. Banana,
Banana. Oh, you're
we're
that
over
side.
here.
We're looting.
hurt still?
Nope, we're
Yeah, I'm still hurt.
kind of looking around.
Kit.
He has a med
Oh,
kit.
please,
He's got a med kit.
please.
Can't climb.
You can't
Wait,
climb.
Valuable.
Are you on the other side?
I think so.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay,
He's the
we're
sun.
going to you.
I don't want to drop. I guess my balloons aren't.
No, we hear you. We hear you somewhere.
Hold on, keep talking so I can hear you.
Here.
Are you above or below us?
Above, below.
Oh, I see you. I see you.
Oh, come on. Oh, you have one too.
I have one too.
Where'd he
There
go?
you go. Oh. Oh no, I'm using this.
Oh god.
You grabbed it?
Oh, I'm burning. I grabbed it. Yep. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. I'm back.
I don't know where you guys went.
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, you guys are
Stay
all the
up
way
there
down
with-
there.
oh.
Ah!
Oh,
careful.
Chibi.
That's a long fall. Oh my god. Oh
Are
my
you good
god.
though, Banana? How's your HP?
Only an inch,
Okay.
so I'm good.
Alright, so we're back. We're so back.
Yeah, we're so back.
We survive. We'll
let's go.
survive.
So back. I have to
So
pee, but
back.
I'm gonna wait until we get to
We can get on a safe spot and we can wait for you. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
here for you.
But our hunger is slowly taking.
Nah, it's worth tender for it. You can go to the bathroom.
Okay, I'll be back.
Alright,
Okay.
go pee.
Meanwhile,
Don't
we can
forget to
teach
mute.
him. Caught in 4K. This is the abuse. The battery. The silent battery.
Hey, who kicked them? Who kicked them? Oh my god.
Moon approves. Moon approves.
Moon approves. If Moon was here, he would do this too. Alright, this is for you, Moon.
I'm just the camera. I'm like, yeah, film this. Put this on like the web.
Put this on TikTok.
Get views. Become famous. It's the wrong game though.
Yeah.
That's content warning.
I need a drink. Oh, you have content warning?
No, I do.
Ooh, me too. I only played that once and it was last year. That was about it. I gotta play that.
They say repo is more fun.
I think you can, Moon. I don't know if you can, if you still spawn as a ghost though.
That's true. The ghost spawning. I mean,
Yeah.
you can try, and then you can come back the next round, right? Right? I think so.
True. We can revive you at the shrine.
Nyanya is back. Welcome back. See, not that much hunger gone. It's okay, we got this. There's
Yeah,
no
see?
no beetle harassment. There is an
Kick me? Wow.
ASMR. Can opening. Okay, where do we go?
Oh, there's a luggage. Is it worth it?
No, it's not. We're full.
Nah.
I don't have any space.
Me neither.
Most of us are full.
And we're good.
Alright, let's go.
Why? Just like 3 chocolate bars.
Oh wait, that side, not this
Someone's
side.
gonna join just to kick banana. Well, that's,
Which side? That
I think
side?
it's better this way because usually when you go to the edge of the mountains, there's usually no place to climb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you play this more than look in the mirror, huh?
Maybe. How many hours do I have in this game?
Banana plays this game, but he only looks at the mirror in the airport.
I haven't done that in like 3 months.
Yeah, he does that in another game that has.
Oh look, guys,
mirrors
are
now.
mine.
Wait, no! What?
Do we want to go there though? It's risky
Is it?
because, well, the chances of seeing a dynamite there and not being able to kick it might be dangerous.
That's true.
Here, come on.
I vote for climb.
This way. Oh, where'd you go? Oh,
Up.
you went that way? Okay.
Here. Because there's a chest right here.
Ooh,
And there is a
okay.
med kit. Nice.
Oh, let's take that. Just in case.
I have
How
space.
about you gonna...
But actually, you should be
take
taking
this?
it. Yeah, you should take it.
Here, I'll take it.
Right, there's a
I'm
med
good on
kit.
HP now.
Airplane food.
Nyanya, where are you?
I'm in the
Are you inside the
mine.
mine? Oh,
I-
you good?
Airplane food.
Is it gonna go boom?
Don't go boom.
There's an energy sports drink.
Yeah, you can have it.
There's a checkpoint flag.
You can have it.
Let's see. If you have any space, you can have it. I'm gonna put this.
Space.
Yeah, you can give whatever you don't want to me, because I have, like, space still.
Oh. How far above? Oh wait. Could you climb in here? Chibi?
We try here. If you have any space, here.
I have
take the first
space.
kick wall.
Okay.
This is it. This is my spoils.
Okay, so I'll take the airplane food.
Can you chug that?
How are you? I'm full of energy, so if you want to drink it, you can.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, drink the energy.
Come.
And then, yeah, you can take the other stuff.
You guys need me there?
We're climbing up.
Okay.
Send invite? Okay. When one.
What are you guys doing? Checkpoint?
I threw mine because I couldn't hold it, so like might as well use it.
No, okay. So we go up,
Yep, we go up.
go here.
Going up, 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 up. Oh, yeah, good. Gonna be golden. Ba-na-na-na-na.
Man, I want McDonald's.
Another luggage.
I've been cutting back.
Bandage.
Bandage.
Birthday.
Anybody
hurry,
needs
take a
it?
bandage.
I have space. It's okay. I can grab it.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Yippee!
Yay! I'm full
Oh.
now though. Oh. Boom!
There's that.
小爸爸来了.
No.
Okay, Moon is here.
Where would he spawn though?
How does
Oh, there he is.
one go up?
Oh, moon.
Oh no, the sun. Maybe
Moon.
this way?
Wait, can you hear us?
Or does he have the glitch?
Oh no. Moon, can you hear us?
I don't think this is the way.
Hopefully,
But I think it's a
hopefully
dead
you don't
end
have the
up here.
glitch.
But
Yeah,
the
did it.
sun, the sun.
Oh no.
I'm okay.
It's a dead end road right there.
It's the
Oh, is it?
sun, the sun
Yeah.
though.
The sun.
I mean,
Wait a
we,
minute.
Oh wow.
we could go by this side, so like up. No, no holes.
No,
Alright, can
no.
you all hear me?
Yeah, 你来了.
Yo.
Yo,
Fucking safe, man.
why do you look so cute?
Rat.
He's got blue blush.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cute until he's dead and he's right up in your face when you're trying to climb a mountain. And he just laughs at your face. Yeah, it's real cute.
I see someone got ouchies. Hold on.
Yeah, I have some ouchies.
Let me get them
Oh, thank you.
out. Okay, we good. I feel like we can climb
Okay.
the thornless cactus
Alright, guys, I'll
there.
be lurking a bit. I'll get some work done.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like
See
a
you in a bit,
thornless
buddy.
one. If we can jump,
Mm.
it might be okay. See this one? See this
Oh,
one?
this way?
This cactus, if we climb, can we climb up there? Is what I'm asking.
Let me test that.
I'm not a genius, but like I feel like you can. Right? Can you?
Actually, you know what?
I'm
You
a genius.
can, but I'm trying to see if there's like a
Goodness
safer way
gracious.
around this. I feel like maybe going this way, it's better.
Okay, we run.
Yeah, just gotta find a way. Yeah, let's go back a little bit here.
I am burning. Ow.
Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Na, 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 na. Come on. Yeah, I feel like this way might be better. Also, if anybody's hurt, I have a
Oh, you.
medkit.
Anya.
Up. Did he?
Chibi?
Chibu? Chibu accidentally made the miss?
Okay.
Chippy,
Are you hurt? How badly hurt are you?
Not very badly. I have bandages, it's fine. But like, I am very burned.
Okay. Okay.
I've been cooked.
Part of me wants to go to a Florida beach again. I haven't been in years. It's like nice crystal
Yeah.
waters.
Oof. Shockwave.
That's also might be full of algae and all that stuff. At least the beaches over here in Florida. I mean, I don't know how they are now, because it's been a while since the last time I've been to a beach over here. I think the last time
I wonder if it
went
depends
was
on
like,
what side you go to. I wonder if that's it also.
yeah. Because I think the last time I actually went to a beach was probably in like 2010 or 2011, I think.
Ooh.
Probably too, and I forgot, maybe it was Destin, I can't really remember, but like, it was like crystal clear, it was so pretty.
Is a piton in there?
Yeah. Hmm?
There's that thing in there.
Oh yeah, that fit in, yeah.
Oh, button. Yeah.
I don't have space, do you have space?
I can
But yeah.
use a
Oh, I
bandage.
do not
I
anymore.
can. I can use a bandage. Oh, that was a thing. I could get
Oh.
that.
Oh wait,
Are you hurt?
Another medkit.
oh yeah. No, we brought the same, you can use it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get that thing.
Oh no,
Who's
not
hurt?
for the med kit. No, no, no.
Okay,
no,
because
it's okay.
I have 2 now. I found another one, and I have no space.
Oh wait, I can make space. I just threw away a flare,
Then I can
right?
take it.
Okay. Here.
Feels like a waste though. Wait, no, hold on. Let me be smart about this. I don't need 2 mushroom shelves. You know, I can just have 1.
No.
Hey, banana,
This.
you need company.
Crying. It's okay.
Now Moon is following you.
Okay, where to? Where to?
Thank you so much. I really needed a companion in these
1,
trying
2,
times.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
Hey,
we're
was it
still
6
all
cacti?
day here,
Look at
come
that.
on.
That's perfect for the achievement, no? Up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
do it. Let's
How
do it.
how how do you do it?
Let's get you this.
Move your damn face away from me.
What? I can probably see perfectly.
Okay, how
Okay,
do you do it?
So,
Okay. Yeah. Stand there, Cherry.
oh, I can't let go of this?
I think I have to throw him at her.
Should be, I think, but then I have to.
Ow, ow. Actually, I don't know if this is safe, because the slope, she will faint.
You're right. Let's go down here.
Yeah, she looks like a turtle.
Actually, yeah.
Right here. You see this section over here? I don't know if you can see Chibi, but that's a little slope. If you just slide down gracefully, you shouldn't get hurt.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, there you go. Get all those cactuses on ya. There you go, until you get the achievement.
How do I? Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it, but I'm gonna
You
sleep.
got it? Okay.
Got it?
I'm gonna
Okay.
sleep.
We'll throw these
Alright.
off of you now.
Let's get this off you.
Amazing. Yay!
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get the
I
backpack.
remember.
I'm gonna go get
Yeah, there's a
backpack.
backpack up here. I'm assuming that's yours.
I put it down because I was like, if I go.
Okay. Yippee!
Yay!
Nice.
Nice. Okay, we gotta go this way because there's no way to climb up on this side.
Okay, there's no sun now. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hurry, hurry.
I'm assuming this way. Possibly. We may have to actually here. This. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh.
Never mind.
Somewhat. There's like a weird ass spot here. What the heck?
Oh, you found it? Oh, okay.
Uh huh. There's a
Alright, that
weird ass
works.
spot here.
Oh, this works. Okay, this works. Yeah, and then this way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, banana. Come on.
And then this way.
And here we go.
You can do banana. You can do.
You got this. You got this.
I'm so hungry.
You are.
Oh, are you? Hold on. I have
You
airplane
can
food.
Go,
Here.
go, go, go.
Oh,
Yeah, hold on. Here.
Oh,
Oh,
that
it's
filled
airplane food.
perfectly. Oh,
That was by accident.
thanks.
'Cause
Did you
you
kick?
hold the right mouse button to feed, and it does the kick sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks.
Wait, so you click
The
with
wheel and the kick to
with
the
right
face.
button?
Yeah, because that's the button you use to help out by reaching your hand. But for April Fools, they replaced it with a kick.
Oh, that's so nice.
You.
Right.
That's why we told you to join.
You saw Cass's tweet on Twitter?
Yeah, okay.
Alastor.
Okay.
Oh my god. I saw that comment that it was an April's Fool, but I was like, he's not really doing that, is he?
I read the first sentence and I was like, no, I scrolled down and I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna find you.
This motherfucker was gonna give us a heart attack.
And I knew it was because like Tony was like, no, this makes no sense because like literally he just talked about a new emote. I was like, why would he ask me about that if he was gonna graduate right now? You know, it was like so out of like left field.
Yeah,
Like,
because
no.
especially when he got the new redeems with the shirtless stuff too. Like, really, bro?
Yeah.
by this freaking guy.
This dude.
I'm gonna play Mage Arena with him. I'm gonna cast Fireball on him.
Good. Wait, do it twice, just for me.
I will.
But
I don't know how close we are to the top, but I feel like it's far away.
So far.
this one always feels long. This one, well, I guess this one and the other one, the winter
Yeah.
place.
Hmm.
He's like, you climb and climb.
Going
Maybe this
inside.
way?
Yeah, this way.
Ride the wind, never going back until it touches the midnight sky.
Ooh, food.
Okay. Yeah, climbing inside the mountain is pretty useful when the sun's out.
I'm gonna eat. Help me with the ouch.
Of course. Let me remove them. 1, 2.
Thank you. Do you need food?
I'm all good. The airborne food was so filling. Wow. Very impressed.
I'm up here.
Oh,
You're up there.
Does anybody have any food?
I have a granola bar.
Granola bar, protein bar.
But I
Yay,
need to
I'll take
kind
it.
of shimmying over. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna drop it. You feed yourself, yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't
Yeah,
want to
because
kick
I don't want you to
anyone.
kick me.
not for the best.
I don't want to
accidentally.
kick anyone. Oh, it goes upwards.
Going up,
Jeez.
up. Yep, we're going up.
I'm collecting points in Chippy's chat.
Same.
Whee!
Oh, I can make her sing something.
Who?
Oh, oh.
Oh wait, you're talking about me. Don't do it.
You see, when you say don't do it, it makes me want to do it some more.
Did you see how I added some redeems to my stream?
No, but I remember
I
you
had
you
like 8 different things.
push-ups. No, like you had one of those.
Oh, I burned those a long time ago.
Really?
He's not gonna bring those back, are ya?
Nope. I brought him back for like 2 streams recently, and I was like, you know what? No. And so
But I did see the new redeems. I was looking there for a bit because I was busy in the morning, and I saw a very specific one that I'm gonna be saving for. Just,
yeah.
Well, you guys are
So,
there.
what are your thoughts on Outlast, Banana?
I was literally telling them about that. I was like, how I said thank you and made you. I refunded the gift you gave me. I was like, get your greasy fingers off the keyboard. And no.
Well, you're gonna be seeing that pretty soon again. Just a heads up. I mean, it's gonna be
Close.
far off because don't have that much. I mean, I only had 20k, but yeah,
Oh, really? I thought you had a lot.
nah.
20K
I'm
is a lot,
super far
no?
away from that one. 20k is a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like-
think Gators and Darth and there's someone else who told me they're higher than 20.
Mm.
Someone redeemed an uwu. Either that or someone subscribed or something. No, someone redeemed an uwu. That was you.
Wow.
I thought you were climbing. You guys can climb this, right? Right? It's a little bit steep, I must say.
Oh wait,
Huh?
you doing a woo or it is just play?
No, it just plays the sound. And by the way, that is somebody else's recording. I don't have my recordings here. I have someone else's bark and someone else's uwu. I'm just trying to blacklist them.
Oh.
Blacklist? No, blackmail. English good today.
Passion English.
Okay, why
Oh,
now?
look, there's a chest.
Yeah, well, why now, Alastor?
Please.
What do you want?
Ooh, there's a.
Wait, what do you find, Banana?
Wait, what'd you find?
There's a rescue claw, and there's a lollipop, and then there's like 3 mushrooms together, and there's this
Oh.
luggage,
Grab the rescue claw.
trail mix. The side.
Everybody hates the sun.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I mean, don't you have an umbrella?
Nope.
Yeah, but I was holding onto the balloon.
Sure.
Oh wait.
Because
Do-
priorities. You wouldn't understand.
We have to go down.
Oh.
Sure.
There's no up.
Well, you can stay up there. We're about to. I mean, do we need the rescue claw? Not really.
We do. Grab it.
Man, Loki was so good at it though.
Oh yeah.
Like, he made it feel worth it. He saved
True.
it so many times.
I'm so good at the rescue claw. I will definitely not kill you.
I don't trust you in the slightest. What?
I don't trust myself with the rescue claw because every time I try to rescue somebody, I hit the wall and end up just grappling myself across the map.
No, you know what? Yeah, fuck the rescue claw. The last time I used it, trying to save Banana, I died.
You fell inside the
Oh, yes,
lava.
I remember that. Oh my gosh. That's what I felt like. I felt like there was a reason to it, but I couldn't remember. Are you hungry, Alastor?
No, but I have space. So I can take it if you want.
Oh.
Just there go. There.
Yo, what are we saying?
the-
No
the
songs
provider's
come
allowed.
to brain.
I'm gonna eat a few of these. I'm hungry.
Do I have? Are you gonna leave me up here? I'm gonna go down. Are you gonna leave me up here?
Okay. Are you hungry? Come down
You
here.
have to choose.
I'm gonna go
Oh
down.
my gosh, you shut up! What? I'm not talking to you!
Sorry.
Wait, was that a?
That was Siri. Oh my gosh. That scared the crap out
Siri
of
was
me.
asking if.
Oh wait, you need someone to grab that? I'm gonna grab that.
Do you want it?
I have
The rescue claw? You
space.
don't have to grab the rescue claw.
I have space. What am I gonna do with space?
Hey, come on. The sun's coming up. We need to move.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My gosh, that jump scared me.
Yeah, I heard it from your microphone. I was like, is Benanya talking to Siri right now?
It picks up sometimes. It always thinks I'm talking to it.
Yeah, because I heard like, oh, I don't eat food. I just get hungry. Something.
Yeah. Basically that. I don't even know what it was. What? Okay, I guess because I said I think you were hungry.
Yeah,
Don't touch it.
we're almost there.
We're almost really? Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the
See, we
first
don't have to worry about the
time.
sun.
Yeah. It's the first time.
Come on. And not to jinx or anything, but none of us have died yet.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Well, I spoke too soon.
Alright, when we get to the campfire, I'll sing something.
Let me go hug a cactus real quick just to prove you wrong.
Alright, let's go resurrect Moon.
Moon. Oh
Moon.
no, Moon, you have to stop being productive, Moon.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we gotta be quick.
Okay.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
Speedrun.
We do need to find an egg for Chibi, so she can get the achievement.
Where do you actually find eggs?
In the next area, Caldera.
The
Okay.
caldera. Yeah,
Come-
you can
Yes.
find something there.
They called there.
Caldera.
And we still have Bing Bong.
That's great. Amazing.
Oh my
Woo!
gosh, we did it.
I see it. I actually see the end.
Now we don't need these umbrellas anymore.
Yay!
Right.
Yeah. The umbrellas
Buy
don't
umbrellas,
useful
thank
with that.
Focusing in the rain.
There's no rain. Right now,
In the
Moon.
rain.
There you go, dude. Yo. Eh. Ow.
Oh my god. Okay, so you
The
can
first
remove it.
thing you do.
Here you go, Moon. You
first
can have
thing.
this.
Wait, let me help you. There you go.
I brought you a gift to be sweet.
Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, guys, let's go, let's go.
Okay.
Hello, Chibi.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello.
I was in here.
Yeah, you should get
Okay,
that.
let's go.
Oh my god. Okay.
Are we
Sound
ready
banana,
to
where are you?
cook? The one thing, yes.
1v1.
Fight, fight.
Oh my god, we're just bullying each other now.
Moon started. I want my sausage.
Okay, everybody
Okay,
has
come
the.
on. Let's
Okay,
go.
Quick,
I
quick,
have.
guys, quick.
Okay,
Alright.
great.
cook.
Remember, we can't help each other because that's helping each other off the mountain.
Oh, we have another set. Ooh, nice.
Also, I have an ouchie.
Climb past the mesa without ever having more than 10% cheat. That's so like.
Oh my god, you
just
cheated.
cheat.
I got it.
Oh, you did it. Now
There's
you
a
have the
bag
cowboy.
behind you.
Now you also
My
get the
marker,
cowboy
what is it?
outfit.
What happened?
Yeah, you have a backpack now
Turn
here.
around
Every time I
now
pick
and
up a marshmallow, it disappears.
then. Oh, you're a bug.
Oh, you have the bug.
So we have to like feed
Because-
you.
You've seen something that we're not seeing, basically.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
okay, makes sense.
Oh, thank you. The ouchies.
Any more
Yeah,
ouchies?
it
A
happened.
bunch of marshmallows and sausages and stuff. I was like, oh
Bags
my
for
God, so much
you.
stuff.
That's
You
your
see the
bag. That's
Yeah.
your bag.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
it's
nice.
yours. I packed it with some
Yeah,
goods.
that's yours.
It's good
Yeah.
because I have some extras. That's yours now.
Oh.
Okay,
There
so
you go.
there is
Okay,
a sing
let's
something
go.
reading. We're all gonna die.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna sing the song now?
I don't know.
Some way to die.
Don't
That's all I know.
waste to die.
Oh, this is
We
steep.
gotta find X. Yeah, careful on your way down. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt your legs.
Legs. Okay, this is
Oh,
really
this
steep.
is very far. Yeah, you have to climb down on the wall.
God, if I fall, what happens? Ah!
Careful. Ready?
Careful, don't pull a moon.
He's
Moon,
he's still up there. 小爸爸你在哪？
Moon.
Where are you?
moon.
No, 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 no.
Delilah?
I think my
Either
screen is
one.
a little bit bugged.
You what now?
Oh, no, it's working now.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Did-
He had a drive-by.
oh god.
Okay.
Casual drive-by experience. Yeet, kick people. I don't think he's.
Get on the cliff right now.
Go, go, go.
Oh
Oh
my
god.
god, so good.
You're gonna end up killing each other.
Mistaken person. I was going for.
You're gonna end up killing each other. Let's go find you that egg.
Hey,
Oh yeah, we should get that for Chibi.
Ow. My leg.
My leg.
Also, the lava stretching up. Moon.
oh, that's not good. Wait, what?
Okay.
What's up?
Oh no, what happened?
I thought you were going after me. I was like, oh god.
My fucking god. Son of a bitch.
Payback. Ah!
Oh god. No.
Oh!
No way.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Uh-oh. He's going.
No.
He really wants to
Oh,
kill me.
no. Banana.
He's dead.
Jesus.
We lost him.
Ooh, my sausage almost burnt. That's a close one.
Oh my god, that's hot.
Back up, back up.
How
Oh.
not? Chibi, come back. Chibi, come back.
Come back. Uh-oh.
Moon, stay there.
That's...
That's not great. Oh, the rocks can turn hot too. What?
Yeah, that's Okay, let's go this way. Let's go where Moon is.
Wait, you think you did that wrong?
Oh no! I
Oh no!
failed.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
How do you guys get there?
Just jump.
I'm going to that side.
Wait, hold on. Stay still. Stay still.
Oh, I see
Stay
X.
still.
I see X. I'm
I'm
gonna go
worried
get the
about
X.
this.
Okay, I'm not moving.
Oh my god, never mind. Okay, no, yeah, the crab thingy is gone.
The what? Oh no, no, no. It's okay. I
The
can
claw
walk.
thingy.
It's okay. I think it's safe now. Oh god, that almost went bad.
Oh wait, he's going far for the end.
Do not help, do not help. I'm gonna die.
Do you have a burner on you, Chibi? Perfect.
I'm
Then
okay.
we can just sit tight.
Okay.
Wait for Alastor to come, and then we can cook the egg.
I have a stove,
And
right?
then-
I have a stove.
Yeah, yeah. So we can use the stove to cook it real quick, and then you'll get. Then you just have to survive, or at least make it to the top, and then we should be good. We'll just wait for him.
Okay. Alright, what's a good song? He's dancing.
I can't do it anymore. I'm tired.
It's late. Banana, what time is it for you?
2 in the morning.
It's crazy.
I know. I'm
It's-
surprised I'm lasting this long.
It's 3 a.m. over here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yo.
Alastor's ahead of me. Yeah. He's from the future.
I got egg.
I have.
Okay, let's cook egg.
Okay, cook egg. Alright,
Anyone else need to cook anything while we're here?
alright. Eat
Yes,
the
we
cooked
are
egg.
going to die.
Eat it, and then
Ooh.
let's get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Did you eat the cooked egg?
I did.
Okay.
And I
Now we just
bailed
gotta reach the
so quickly.
And it cooked. It was cooked.
Cooked. Now we are getting cooked. Oh, you guys are there.
We're going this way. Wait, actually, okay. Maybe that side. Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, we can try.
Oh, actually, no. Hold on.
a second, let it go.
Go back.
A little bit now.
I feel like maybe going this way and then jumping on that side might be better.
Okay.
Like so. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I see.
See? Where Moon? There you are, Moon.
Moon opposite side.
It's on that side.
He's risking it.
Oh, there are chains and there is a
Yo.
thing. Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, chain launcher. That's good. I have some
Nice.
things. Who's hungry?
I'm okay. Oh, well, I have my sausage.
I got food. It's okay.
Okay.
You can eat it. Yeah.
I'm good on food. Are you good on food, Moon?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
We can
Go.
save it for the roughy. Oh, the roughy? The rough situation.
The
we're about to
roughy.
be in.
The roofie? The roofie?
Roughy?
Ooh, that is.
Oh my god, that's risky.
How did he
it's
do
hot.
that?
It's
How
too
do you
hot.
do that? You
It's too
crazy.
hot. It's way too hot.
Let's wait for the. Or not.
Ooh.
Nah, it's fine. It's just nice.
Light works. We'll just burn the bigger bricks off our hands.
Climb up.
Moon is crazy. Moon is so quick. Why are you so fast?
Moon is on that white monster.
Oh man.
But I'm on 2 monsters right now.
Oh my god. regular or just with the white can?
The white claw. Not the
There
white
you
claw,
go.
white can. Oh my god, I don't have enough stamina. Fuck.
Here, you can stand
Right
on
here's
here.
okay.
You just
You
climb.
can stand here too.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is a tall pillar.
I'm using
I'm glad
space
there's a lot of
stamina.
spaces to
Yeah.
rest. You good, Moon?
Going this way.
Moon?
Where are you going by the sides?
Ooh. Hmm.
Okay.
I'm this way. Okay, who needs some extra stamina?
Me.
Okay, you can take it. There's a rope cannon here if anybody wants it.
I have space. I got it.
Ah. I
Alright,
can hold on to it if you need to. Look, it's Fran.
Where's
Okay.
the chain?
We need to go down.
Where's the
Yo, it's fine.
chain?
We need to go down.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't really did go high.
That is scary.
Careful while going down. Make sure to climb down. Don't jump.
Okay, Mom.
Make sure to jump? Okay.
Oh my god!
Chibi?
Oh! She's gone. She's dead.
Chibi?
I'm dead.
Chibi?
I'm dead.
Oh.
Well,
No.
well,
Chibi. Chibi.
I am so dead.
Get the med kit from my backpack and use it on her.
I was a
Hi, Chibi.
freaking fall. Oh my god.
Wow.
Barely alive.
Okay, now we need to run.
Okay, we
Okay.
gotta go, we gotta go.
I don't know what was down there because you did drop some stuff.
Yeah, it's okay. It's too late.
Okay,
It's too late.
come on. Let's go. Let's go.
I want donuts. All of a sudden,
I also want donuts. Donuts.
That'd be good.
I have been craving something sweet again. Usually I don't eat sweet stuff, but I've been craving some now. I blame you for posting all those cookies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my fault. The goodness.
Hmm.
It's funny, all my stuff sold out by like 9 in the morning. Pretty convenient.
Oh,
Pretty
actually,
nice.
if we go there and then there, is it easier?
I was like,
Yeah, we might go there.
Because there's
Yeah,
a
it's a
chain.
nice little profit on the side.
mm-hmm.
Ow, my face, I'm burning.
Yep. Burn, baby, burn.
Come on.
Right behind you.
Okay. I need to get the higher ground here. Where Moon?
Moon ahead. I don't know where.
Oh my god, he is speed running. He is all the way over there. Come on.
He's a pro.
Yeah, it's gonna stall and then work on things.
Ooh.
You good, baby?
I'm somewhere. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Use the chain launcher here.
I'm okay.
Oh, there we. Oh.
Because if not, we gotta go all the way
Oh,
back
this is
to
bad.
reach
Don't
the
follow me. Wait
Ugh.
until the lava goes down.
Because I kind of want to save it for
if you have the extra space, you
mountain,
could,
just in case. Hold on, let me scout ahead.
I would just
There-
wait.
There may be a way.
No, I already checked.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Should we go this side then? To the right?
Let's see. Okay, we might need to burn a little bit here.
You sure?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I will die. I will need someone to grab me.
Oh, okay.
Where are you? Are you hungry?
I would go. I would go
No,
down.
I'm super hurt.
Oh, hold on. Okay, Banana, come here.
Grab me, grab me,
Good?
grab me.
I can't, because if I grab you, it's... Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, Chibi.
I'm gonna wait it out for a bit because it's kind of scary right
I
now.
need to borrow your medkit.
It's fine.
It's so scary.
Oh my god,
Well,
Chibi.
there was a nice path once the lava's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll see it once it's like right here.
I'll go there. Okay.
There you go.
You'll see like the little pathing.
Go
You can
Chibi.
go down if you want.
Go Chibi.
Oh,
Go GB.
hot.
There we go.
That's it.
Okay.
Gamer over here.
Yay!
Now everything else should be smooth sailing from here on out. Well, at least for the
jump.
rest of the caldera. You're gonna jump?
We got this.
After all our hard work,
Okay. Go ahead.
after all the hours we slaved away, after everything we've been through.
Okay, come on.
We got this.
No deaths yet.
One close call, but okay.
Hey, Banana, check this out.
I don't trust you. I see your wicked ways. You think I don't know?
Yay! Luggage! Lots of them.
What do we get?
You go
Oh.
friendship.
Ah.
Okay,
Oh, medkit.
who's still hurt?
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Don't you ever report to write or something?
Okay,
And a beer to drink.
Who's still hurt?
I'm good.
I'm good, thank you. I'm just
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna use this because I'm a little bit hurt.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
There. Okay, so lollipop and then granola bar. And yeah, we're gonna take some stuff here. Here. I'm gonna
Wait,
need
I
one of
still had
these.
my backpack. What? Amazing.
Yeah. Here.
You survived
go.
4 of the levels.
Yeah.
You
None of
guys
us
are
have died yet.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Once we're ready, we have one more spot to do, and we're through. And we still have beanball. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, we have to survive.
I think I haven't eaten any packaged foods. That should be fine.
Ooh. Should be fine. Although I think the sports drink. I don't know if you had a sports drink. I think that still counts.
Oh, I haven't.
Okay.
Does a marshmallow count? And sausage?
And I'm not sure if the marshmallows and the sausages count as packaged food.
No, okay. That might mess me up.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 2 pairs of marshmallows.
I'll take one marshmallow this time. Okay, ready? Ready?
Sausage.
Let's go.
Light it up.
Nice.
Whee!
I'm gonna eat this now. I'm gonna cook this granola bar. Okay, let's go. Here.
Let me plan this.
Okay. The kiln.
This is it.
Okay, how's it looking? How's it looking?
Okay. Alastor, I have the anti-rope and I have 1 fungal shelf.
I
So
have.
fungus,
Okay.
extra.
I also have an anti-rope and have this thing and have a pin. So,
Okay.
one on the mission.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
And it's got a report to write.
Okay.
I I hear moon, but I don't hear moon.
How, what?
This way, this way.
Wait, what? Oh, this
Climb
It's
up.
a bit of a climb.
is confusing.
Wood.
There you go.
What's up?
Oh my god.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Why is it so confusing,
Up
Ray?
here.
He's up here.
This one looks easy to climb. Yeah.
Good.
I was thinking that too.
Hmm?
Probably the fastest we've ever like climbed up. Normally you get stuck if you don't have the right items or any items.
Oh, do we reach a blockade? I have a pin if we need to.
I also have the mushroom.
Oh, that is a very, very, very long way.
Yeah, we might need to use a bit of extra stamina on here. A lot of extra stamina. Yeah. You good, Banana?
Yeah.
I've
Alright, you...
damn. Where did we
This
go?
way.
Oh, that side.
Yeah, this side. Come on,
I
guys.
know the music gets dramatic, but there's like the lava isn't rising.
Yeah.
Lava isn't rising.
Like that caught me by surprise the first time I saw it.
Oh.
Because we're on Tenderfoot.
Here, this way, this way.
So it's just the music that's dramatic, but
see.
we don't have to be. Oh,
This way, this way. Okay.
This one doesn't
Alright.
look good.
Let's see.
Yeah, we might need to use the chain launchers over here.
Hmm.
Unless we want to
Hold on.
burn for a little.
Instead. No. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that scared me.
I have rope if you want. It goes down though, not up.
Anti-rope for the win.
Anti-rope. I'm gonna use all of it. Screw it.
it's okay, Chibi. Your rope is still good too.
I don't actually know how to do it though.
Okay.
Wait,
there we
I'm
go.
gonna put the rope.
Oh, well, you're using my... Okay.
It's okay, let's go.
Okay.
No. Hot. Quite. Okay.
Hell yeah, anti-rope. Okay.
Oof.
Actually, Moon, maybe this way?
Which way?
Maybe this way, yeah. Oh, I think... Oh, we'll meet over there, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
Same thing. Nice.
That was up to the
2 rescue claws.
Oh.
Oh, maybe...
Okay,
Okay.
so once energy drinks, I will not use them.
I still have 1 on me.
I still have one too.
I got claws. I'm gonna
Here.
grab an energy drink.
Okay. Climbing
Grab an
up
extra
here,
just in case.
by the way. There you go. Oh, Moon.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh my god, Moon. Moon just scared me.
What?
Okay, come on. He used the rescue claw to go across that side.
No, I see.
Oh.
This way.
Oh!
I'm good. I'm good.
Almost with his good.
I'm good. Here. We may have to go that side, climb up there to get on top of here. There we go. There we go. Okay, careful. All right. And now from here, shit.
Where did Moon
Now
go?
another anti-rope.
Moon. Okay, we're gonna have to use this.
Moon, what? Where they go? How did Moon?
He used the rescue claw.
Oh.
Yep. Very convenient.
Right?
If you use it right.
Though.
Come on, come on.
Come on.
There's a little spot here where you can stand for a bit to regain your stamina. Very nice. You guys good down there?
Good, good.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Ugh.
Almost there.
Whew.
Right.
Oh, you can run up that side? What?
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Run
It
up
looks-
this side.
It
There you go.
looks so steep.
Right.
I know.
Parkour.
I don't think
You
I've
climb
been
like
this
a
far.
mountain goat sometimes.
I may be an ibex goat. Here. Climb up here.
Yeah,
There you are.
you. We got
Where
it.
Moon? There's Moon.
Up here.
Moon is so good at this. What?
Up, 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 up.
Ugh.
You got this, you got this.
Do I?
There you go.
Over here, Chibi.
Ugh. No helping, no helping. I'm gonna.
No helping. No helping. Okay.
There
It's
we
very
go.
tempting to help.
I know.
No, you can't.
Still, it's just like
Moon?
Moon.
Where Moon?
Oh, Moon is that side.
He's probably
There-
up there.
there-
Youth.
Moon.
Yo,
Moon.
Peak is getting carried by friends.
Oh, I thought you
Yes.
were gonna slide down the mountain.
Oh, he's dead fish now.
Oh my God.
Hello, Steve.
Guys, quick, quick, quick. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. All right, you're still at work. Okay, let's go. Let's go in.
Peak date of. Oh my God, flowers. That's so cute.
And we got Bing Bong.
Bing bong.
That's important. Yes.
Oh my god, please tell me I completed the achievement. That would be great.
Yeah.
Totally not cheating.
So, if you did get the achievement, you should get a one called the Gourmet badge, Chibi.
Oh. Okay.
Alright, let's go.
We gotta
my
go.
gosh. Let's all
Like,
their colors.
ooh.
What a lovely mixture.
Whee!
Hell yeah.
Whee!
Where's the rope? Oh, there it is. No, that's not the
Oh,
rope.
there it is.
Oh my God! Balloon
my God,
badge.
he completed
Leave
it.
no traces. Reach the
Oh,
peak
yeah, I got
badge.
some.
Gourmand. Bing bong badge. Yo, I have like an onslaught of achievements right now. Thanks to you guys.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You know, oh my god, what the hell happened in there?
What the heck?
Oh,
Chibi, why are
Huh?
you in the sky?
I don't know. They say you peaked in the yeah.
Oh, I got a new outfit. Oh, for the balloon badge. new look.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Look at that.
escape the island without taking fall damage. Oh, I got
What, you
the.
got
Oh, I
that
got the.
You took no fall damage. Wait, even after getting bullied by those stag beetles?
Maybe it was always below like the amount that.
Oh,
'Cause isn't it like under 25%?
I think so. Well,
And then it's,
okay.
Yeah, and then place anything on the mountain.
Guys, it was all teamwork.
Yeah.
Joining at the end. Yeah, guys, we did that all together.
Yay!
Yeah.
We stepped
Yeah.
away. Each and every one of us.
We did it.
Pulling our way.
All alive. That was like hard. This is like what? First time. I think my first time actually graduating.
Man, the rescue class is so fun.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, the door, please.
I cannot be stopped kicking.
Oh, I know why. It's that dang greasy man. Okay, we can all kick him. Go like down.
See, it flies. In this lobby, it kind of flies. Alright, but in the game, it doesn't fly. I left
Why
your
are you
open.
obsessed with me? What's going on?
Violation.
The violence.
I mean, it's April Fools. They're
Oh,
not
look
gonna
at
bring
my
it back.
Cool clothes.
Yeah.
Might as well have
Hey
fun.
guys, I gotta go.
Okay, thank
Alright.
you.
Thank you for joining us, Moon. Take care,
No
buddy.
worries. Yeah, wish me luck
Yeah.
of rushing this.
One last kick.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good kick. To the hop.
Yay.
Let's go. Thank you.
Yay.
I finally hit the top. That was kind of crazy.
You did it. You got the bing bong one too, right?
Yeah, I got like 6 badges.
Hell yeah. You got the
Wow.
gourmet one, right?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Good.
I got
good.
escape,
This
I
one
got
actually
bing
fits really
bong,
well with my
leave no
item.
traces. It's a lot actually.
Nice. Wait, leave no
Let me change
traces.
into
Like
this
you didn't
shirt.
place anything on the mountain, right?
No.
Yeah, me too. I got
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
I
Very
don't know
nice.
how that happened, but it happened. So I was like, wow. Oh, there are new stuff now. Nice, nice. Wah. Ooh. Hey yo, I look like I'm going to the beach. I like this. Okay.
Hey, that's good on ya. Alright, come on. Let's get some photos in.
Photos to close the
Some photos.
stream. Bing bong is here.
Yeah. Bing bong.
I took a screenshot of us in the plane.
Me too.
I once had a wife. Tabitha. But then she left me
But then she left.
for another pumpkin.
Oh.
No. I know
you
that
can see my
feeling,
emotions
Banana.
in the hug. Why is there no hugging?
Too soon. It's so over.
Not shrug. There's a hug. Hold on. Oh, wait, there's a way you can hug.
Oh.
Hug.
Yay.
You got games on your phone.
No.
Oh gosh.
Oh god. What was that, Rag? Oh.
Oh no. I don't know why I went all over the place.
Ah. Oh Jesus.
Those are good.
Oh, the memories.
Oh, what is that? So funny.
Oh, I like your hat. Wait, what is that for? I don't recognize it.
Wait, what is that hat actually? Hold on. Do I have that hat?
Oh, I have that hat. Oh yeah.
Oh, I have that hat. Yeah.
I guess I just never clicked on it.
Ah,
Yeah, me neither. Wait, there is a chef hat.
there is one. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that the gourmet one?
I think so. Yes.
No.
No.
Is it? No.
I have it too,
I
though.
don't think it's the gourmet one.
Really?
I don't think so.
Maybe it is. 'Cause, like that makes more sense, no?
If,
I
if
have-
we had the cannon, we could have gotten you this helmet too, because it's an achievement where if you use the scout cannon to shoot yourself across the gap in Mesa, it gives you this helmet.
Oh, that's what it gives you.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I was wondering what it was.
yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that this new outfit matches more with my pumpkin than the other one, so I'm happy with that.
It could be Toad.
Mushroom, mushroom, patcha, 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 patcha.
Bacha, 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 bacha.
All right. I still have that song redeemed, man. Why you redeem that?
Oh right.
I've hit 1K.
If he 1K,
Um,
congrats.
Oh, I'm out on your points.
What song? Moon, you pick.
Moon, is Moon working? Moon's still working, yeah.
Moon. I did a redeem where what was it? Sing a song?
They sing something. I'm like, no songs come to mind right now. So Moon is asking, do we get the naturalist one? Golden? Okay, you want the golden from like K-pop Demon Hunters, I'm assuming. Is that the one?
I think it's that one. Yeah.
You know that the cover is coming out sometime, right? Okay, y'all can get the demo. I don't know, is it even demo? Okay. We're gonna go until like first chorus, yes. And I'm gonna do the whole thing. A cappella for you guys.
Okay.
Alright. I was a ghost, I was alone. It's okay. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen and I meant to be. I lived two lives, trying to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Kind of problem child, 'cause I got too wild. But now that's how I'm getting paid. Corruption on stage, I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We're dreaming hard, we came so far now, I believe. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. Unions together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Oh, up, up, up with our voices. You wanna catch us a wonder. Gonna be golden. Oh, I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be. Oh, our time, no fears, no lies, that's who we're born to be. Yep, there you have it. Sing something.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna faint.
Why are you guys reacting like that?
It
It was good.
This is me
Yeah.
when sick though. When I recorded it, it was not this. It was belting. This is all I can do today,
Yeah.
guys. I'm sick.
If it was that good while sick, imagine if when she's not sick, it's gonna be even more better.
Unlocks her true power.
Yeah.
Lungs. Oh yeah, my lungs are dusted by pollen today, so.
Oh no.
Pollen allergy and haze and smoke particles. It's okay. Tomorrow I inhale more pollen at the Botanic Garden, yeah? Alright. Alright, okay, before anybody else actually redeem any more weird shit, hold on, I want to end the stream. What is Coffee Creed? Oh my god, I don't even remember what the redeem was. What is that? I know it's my...
What is that?
I forgot. I forgot. I know it's my business, but... What was that redeem? Jesus Christ. And why is it 10,000 points? 10,000 points? Are you crazy? No, we're refunding this.
What was past Chibi thinking?
No.
Why is it 10,000 points?
Why is it?
What was it for?
I'm gonna refund this. It's 10,000 points, guys. Y'all crazy. Y'all literally crazy. Nope, we're refunding this. Reject and refund. Yes, okay. And I'm gonna end stream, so I don't want to promote my own company right here
Take a
on
break to
stream.
promote Coffee Creed.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna do that. No, for mods, it's free. Wait,
Alright.
what?
Chibi.
Oi.
Chibi stream more so I can save points so I can get the 100k redeem.
No, you know what? You know what Charlie is saying? Charlie is saying that Moon cheated because for mods, redeems are free. You're cheating. Okay, goodbye, cheaters. Goodbye. I'm in stream now. Bye.
No. Bye. Chat. Chibi's chat.
No, too late.
Hurry, redeem another song.
No more readings. No more readings. Grrr. Wait, I need to learn how to raid. How do I raid?
Wait, is it free? One say its points are gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. No, I refunded. No. You're lying. Okay.
Wow, shit, it sucks to suck, dude.